It's 4 minutes after 8 o'clock. Brought to you live on TVC Channel 40, as well as Facebook, YouTube, and so on. We are Island Tea. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I
all.
am hoping that everyone is having a terrific Thursday morning.
No, you have to change that. You said it was terrific Tuesday.
Oh, tremendous Thursday.
Perfect.
Yes. And you know, like shockingly yesterday, the Prime Minister of the UK, Rishi Sunak, he announced general elections for the for the UK, and so the United Kingdom, and the election date is the 4th of July 2024. So on Thursday, July 4th, 2024, United Kingdom will have general elections. Yes.
Okay.
It was I think it was due this year already.
I was going to ask if it was due because
Yeah, it was due this
anytime
year. Yeah.
you
But-
hear about premature announcements, you know what happens.
But I think a lot of persons expected it to be in the latter part of the year. But him now saying, because we're in May, right?
Yeah.
So we're May 23rd today.
Yep.
And
6 weeks.
Yeah, and basically he's saying
Wow.
in July we're going to have it. So he did what he had to do. There were persons who speculated that something big was coming because he met with his cabinet. Some persons who were on assignments overseas, they were either cut short or cancelled. And so they came in, he met with King Charles. And so persons were speculating, and then he made the announcement that the United Kingdom is going to have general elections on July 4th. A lot of persons, especially when you're looking at the coverage of the media in the UK, and persons who are looking at that, they are saying that the Labour Party, based on the poll, that it is gaining traction. And so I saw a news piece, a clip, that as part of the announcement, him saying that the UK now inflation rates are back to normal, the economy is set for growth and everything like that. And you know, being a prime minister, if you set a date that you feel is best for your party to win. And so we'll see how it goes. They had the local elections recently, and you know, it was more so, I think, that the Labour MPs, you know, I think they did well in that. So we're going to see how they're going to play out when it comes to the general elections in the UK.
And we speak about elections. And as I was just telling you, what's wrong with Nikki Haley? Can somebody tell me what's wrong with that lady who votes for a man that blatantly disrespects you in public, says he doesn't even want your vote to the persons that voted for you to vote for him, like he's gonna know. And then you were saying you're gonna give him a vote, but then behind this, we have to look at what's gonna happen behind the scenes, because maybe he's telling her, oh, maybe you can be my VP. So she suddenly rescinded every bad thing that he would have done to her, and now she's backing him. That sounds crazy,
but you
though.
know, a lot of persons who were critical of her initially indicated that she's one to say one thing and then do a next.
So she's a flip-flopper.
Yeah, a lot of persons were saying
she's like that guy that crossed the floor in St. Martin.
Even more election news.
Oh,
because,
boy.
yeah, a lot of persons were saying, and these are critics, and you listen to persons because, you know, when you're in political life or your path, you put yourself up, there are going to be persons who are going to be speaking a number of things. You understand? And so this is a situation whereby persons were saying, you know, listen to her say something on one thing and then come again and listen to her say something on the same thing. And so this is perhaps...
He couldn't get my vote. I don't care. That was one X he was missing. After all the things he did and said, what's wrong with you, woman? you have the power. What's wrong with you?
And you know, CNN took pains last night to play all the clips where she was hammering him. You know, when she was running in the primaries, saying all these things. Oh, he's a chaos magnet and everything.
Oh my God.
You know, and now she's saying she's gonna vote for him. Unbelievable.
James, I was shocked this morning, and it's because I was in the kitchen. And my uncle had the television on because, as I said, I don't watch it. But when I heard it, I had to stop what I was doing in the kitchen sink and I just moved forward because I was like, what? And then I heard him cursing and saying, after all this man did to you,
Yes.
you're an idiot. And he was just I don't understand why elderly people think they can talk to the television when it's going to hear them.
I can recall when persons, there were persons who dropped out, and she said in her thing that she's going to go through. She's going to go through
and
regardless.
then she dropped out. She's just everything that Trump is.
Well, speaking of elections, I have a feeling we might be having by-elections here soon.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
How soon, Jamster? What's your prediction?
Well, it's very obvious based on Denzel Douglas's words in a news clip.
Oh, wait, did
What?
Well, I'm just reading between the lines. He didn't say it directly, but
even so, there were
rumors.
rumors. There were rumors that they had their conference, and that there was some sort of outbursts and heavy exchange of words during the conference. Yeah.
This is at the business part of the conference because
No, this is the public.
that's the public.
It seemed like it was. the
No, I
public.
think that might. You sure? No,
The public. Well,
I think it might be the business part because I remember looking at it to the end, and I remember hearing them saying this part is over, and then we go into the business part.
but
So I think that
remember,
was
when the lights are off. Well, not said lights, 'cause
when the doors are closed.
not even that. When the cameras are off, and people are coming down through the aisles, and people are packing up and stuff, words can be exchanged.
All I'm saying, I would be surprised if we don't have a by-election before the end of the year.
Listen, power has people going crazy.
Because someone
boy.
also told me that he was thinking of resigning.
The PM?
No, the Douglas.
Oh la la.
There has been
So,
rumors of friction between the two, and there are persons who have indicated that they have seen.
Wow. And this
Yeah.
is what we
There
don't
are
want. We
persons who
want
have
to be
indicated,
unified, but
yeah.
power does something to us, and we just need to remain calm because the same person that put us there can take us out. Oh well.
Yeah, so
This is what I don't do.
I Jamster indicated the news clip, and I haven't heard it yet.
So
but
you're
it
gonna
should
go
be
look for
very
it?
interesting to
Ooh
hear
la la.
to see what is being said between.
He was
the lines.
basically praising the constituency 6 constituents for their loyalty over the years and
Yes.
so and saying I hope you're ready for the call, which if you read between the lines and you listen to his intonation and so you wouldn't be saying that if that was like 5 years off,
Yeah.
So.
It couldn't be the call that the new
I could be
representative
wrong.
for 6 is incoming and he's gonna gonna go out now because he's getting
yeah,
older.
but they'll have to have a by-election for that.
No.
Well, it could be one
Oh.
thing. It could be that, if he is demitting office,
Hey, we have a call.
parliamentary office.
Rusty's joining
Oh,
us.
Rusty.
Oh,
Rusty, what's up?
Rusty. Good night, Rusty.
Hey guys, good morning.
Good night in Taiwan, Rusty.
Hey, good morning. You guys just touched my topic. You just touched my topic, and I decided to call you.
Yes.
And so this can be my first and last call for tonight.
Okay.
I was trying to call you all on Monday. Forgetting Monday was a holiday.
Oh,
Tuesday
boy.
I didn't get in, and I missed the point. But you all might have missed the convention they had in the village area.
Oh,
Yes.
we did carry it.
Y'all
That's all.
missed that.
And I was here.
No, we can't. I
And Misha-
watched snippets of it.
I heard you. I correct. I heard you.
And Mishak, that's when I was surprised to see Mishak up there. And then I was also told. Anyway, go ahead,
He's the
Rusty.
CEO of the party.
Correct. But you all didn't comment on it on Island TV4 now.
No, we
But-
did.
We
We
did.
did.
Tuesday,
We
briefly.
did
Yeah.
briefly.
Yeah, we
Briefly.
did.
We
Briefly,
just
but
mentioned,
not in depth.
not in that. We just mentioned that the
Okay,
Labour Party
cool.
had its conference.
I am not interested in anything that Labour had to discuss. What I want to tell y'all, Rusty Lyverd said that there is going to be an election in 2 years. Now, 2 years coming up, in 2 years yet, and it might not happen in exactly 2 years. Rusty had tell them that Timothy Harrison run all seats in St. Kitts, and they laugh after me. One man abused me up at the music festival in 2016. And then end up cheering the meeting for them. Anyway, that's another story. But my concern is no longer Labour, because I know what they're up to. Let me explain. Labour is looking at PAM. They're going to use this as an excuse. Looking at PAM rebuilding themselves. And they're going to feel that when Natasha wins, not if, when Natasha wins, they're going to say, oh, they ain't ready. Let's throw one of them or something like that. That's what I'm going to say. But that is not the issue. The issue is they want to get rid of Dr. Drew. Mm-hmm. And that's why they're going to have the elections. And you know who want to come back for the lead? Well, I don't say who want to come back for the leader. You get the point.
Do you think then, Jamster, that when you said, are you ready for the call, do you think it's a call to demit or call?
Oh, that's a good point, Izzy. I didn't think of it. I didn't think. For some reason, when I heard it, I was more thinking by election. Wow. Because he was referencing 6. That's what I was more thinking.
Yeah, but remember, it's not just 6 because they remember the change in the list, the change in the boundaries. There will be no more 8 seats in St. Kitts. I could assure you of that.
Yeah,
the next election will not be 8 seats. It's gonna be more than 8 seats. So when Natasha and Azard win, and they have to sit down and work out how they're gonna work out their constituencies, and they have to come with new people and people with their energies. That's the thing. I don't want. Listen, one of the things that gonna get me real vex. I might stop planning on either. One thing that get me real vex if Pam going to his caucus and they come out with different people running for elected as chairman, deputy political leader. I will be. Oh, no more comments. I'll have to make.
Oh boy.
Anything without me.
Oh boy.
Anyway, I am so sure that Azard is going to win. I am also sure that Natasha is going to win. I don't know who else is coming up, but the other who I heard, man, I'm calling him. I'm calling Azard name because Azard put her hand in the ring. I'm calling Natasha name because she put her hand in the ring. Mm-hmm. And I admire the work that they're doing. There might be. In Pam is a funny part here. They might be trying to sidetrack these people or push them to the back and push their friends up in front. But you cannot tell me you're looking for leaders that negate the people who have been there working hard all these time for somebody who has, oh, I think this person is better. I think this person is much better. And you can't do me that. You cannot do Rusty that. You can do other people that. And I'm not speaking to Azad. I'm not speaking to Natasha. No. I'm speaking to the delegates, the people who are elected by the constituency. They need to look at the constituency and forget about what people tell them. Oh, vote for this one, but don't do that. That is a stupid idea. Go and honor the people who you know working on your behalf for you. And that's all I'm going to say for now. Man, calling back in. I'm going to listen to all you guys on the thing.
Okay, right? Rusty. Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome. Thank you as usual for your contribution.
Now go to bed, drink your chamomile tea, and
you don't want him to listen to the rest now, don't you, Jamster?
Yeah. So it's going to be some interesting time, and St. Kitts and Nevis really. I think St. Kitts and Nevis when it comes to party politics, and so we're in it. We really have been very active when it comes to the politics and the party politics here in St. Kitts and Nevis.
I was in town yesterday and I heard this lady
say.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Caller.
Yes. Good morning.
Oh.
Good morning, Mr. McMahon.
I might be brief. We have another call after you. Go ahead.
Yeah. It always amazes me how people feel that they can predict. The pundits feel that they can predict the outcomes of whether it's elections or party conferences and this sort of thing, right? When in fact, it is extremely difficult to do. And it always brings me back to what has happened in the past in terms of the Labour Party, in terms of the unity construct, where the public is presented with a particular narrative, a particular phase of things being hunky-dory, everything is nice, and behind the scenes, there are all kinds of machinations. And so it's not surprising that this continues, and one would wonder if it's not better for the parties and the politicians to just bring everything out in the open, flush it out, and then get to work on the things that really matter to people, the development of the country. right? Making people's lives better. But these kinds of machinations and so on are just distractions, I think, from work that they put the elected politicians there to do. Okay, and that's all I would say, right? I mean, yes, parties will have their infighting and so on, but in the final analysis, when this gets to a point where it begins to distract from nation building, it's time to stop it. Okay? Get it over with and be done with it, and let's all try and get back to work.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. McMahon.
Thank you,
Okay,
Mr.
great.
Mahon.
It's such a pity we lost the other call, but yeah, good way in. I'll keep the calls coming if you guys want to talk about this stuff. You know you guys love politics. This is breakfast for some people, lunch and dinner.
Yesterday was also in town.
Here we go.
Okay,
No.
go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I told him
Hello,
to call.
good morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're live on LNT.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Dumpling speaking.
Hey, Dumpling, what's up?
Could you turn your radio down a bit?
Hold on. Let me go turn down the radio a little bit. Because
Good morning, Dumpling.
will hear me. Because I'm not going to use for him. Because that's why you turn me more from them. Whether to him. Hold on. I know. Remember I walk with mistake. Okay, you can hear me now, good?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Carty is a party there for the poor people. You understand me? Me Dumpling here. When I was 16 years, I get in trouble for Pam. And I rally behind Pam like nothing. You understand? And Pam ain't do not a thing for me. Nothing. Okay, anyhow, my daughter, get she subject them, she went to school. Everybody, I try all eye up, you know, amic. For now, forgot to know amic. I call them deliver up there, and Saho. Anyhow, she was working in the ministry with Patrick, and after Patrick lose. So it think the ex-minister Sean was to do for her. But he had me daughter so much up in his throat that even if she come in and she said good morning, he only just shake his head. He would never say good morning, Miss Manners. He passed straight with the face, push up. Yeah, and that man is a man of the law. Bad. You understand? Anyhow, he shoved down the post office. And when he shoved down in a corner. You understand? With his hatred in him for my child. And not me Dumpling do so much of things for Pam that when he go in the house assembly, things when we talk about in the same place, he whip it up. You understand? I'm done with that now. Mr. That young liar boy where in there with all you.
Morning, Dumpling. How you doing? You good?
When him?
Azard.
Yes, they had a caucus. That is how me mind change from Pam directly. And when I reach up, they give me papers, they mustn't vote for him. Vote for a boy, a woman don't stand the point. I said, no. And I had abusing and I whip up the paper and I turn up and I never go back up Pam. Never, ever. I don't know where he wasting his time with them, you know. Because they ain't had no use for him, you know. They ain't had no use for him. I tell you, talk to him. Okay, Mr. Rusty, they ain't got nothing in Pam right now. Pam spoiled the show. And they ain't coming back. It's going to be the Labour Old Party and the Timothy Party. See all you are gone. This Dumpling, eh?
Okay,
Thank
Dumpling.
you for your
Dumpling.
contribution,
Dumpling,
Dumpling.
Dumpling, tell Nana hello for me. I haven't seen her in ages. She didn't hear me.
Yeah.
She probably did.
She
But
probably.
she hung up
Yeah.
already.
Thank you for your contribution, Dumpling.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Okay, another call. Caller, go right ahead. Island Tea.
Okay, good morning. Good
Oh,
morning
hi,
to you
what's
guys,
up?
man.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Kortensia and you, Chancellor. Sorry,
Yeah.
we got cut off earlier. That was
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I'm apart, man.
Yeah, I realize that.
I wanted to sorry about that, man. Yeah, so you already don't know what I'm trying to put on the table. But great points there by Mac Mahon, man. And those points that he threw out just now, this is why the Federation is not progressing fast enough. St. Nevis is too small. There's been enough money that came through there, especially in that CBI program, to have St. Nevis in tip-top shape. And now the politicians, then they're scrambling, and they can't get these projects completed. But these projects have been starting for years. And projects are on hold because, they want us to think that the money is not there. But enough money done came into that CBI from the inception till now, bro. You know what I mean? We're talking about, we heard Mark said they did an investigation and he put out the figure 588 million is what they estimated came into St. Bastille last year. You know what I mean? And enough money already came in, bro. St. Nevis should have been in tip-top shape of the small size we are. Look at the size of Manhattan, bro. Look at how Manhattan is. These guys are not managing the money right. And whenever people talk about it, they don't want to be challenged, man. Dwight Cozier in Nevis has a case that he's now going to proceed on against the Premier and his administration on the Nevis side. And you need to do some digging into that and bring that to the fore. My issue is the Bryant Clause and the subsequent legislations that was put in by Douglas after that Bryant Clause was established, whenever it was established some years ago. The Bryant Clause blocked that said man, Mr. Bryant, from running because he was born in Antigua. But after that, Mr. Douglas went and touched that clause. He went and touched it. You know what I'm saying? To try to stop Sean Richards and Lindsey Graham. But he got caught up in that web when he had got that Dominican diplomatic passport. Azard, all of what I'm saying here is directed to somebody like you who's a legal mind. That the original way that Bryant Clause was has to be put back like how it was. And the people of St. Nevis need to examine this. They need to look at this. These politicians who the Bryant Clause is not affecting, they're not gonna rally to get it changed. Persons in the diaspora who has migrated out of St. Nevis want to get the chance to come home and run for politics. But we are being blocked because we have a foreign passport. But what about my birthright? My birthright is being violated, man. Mm-hmm. My birthright is being violated.
These are concerns that persons have, yes, and also to
but we need to agitate to get it right and put it back to the original form where it was. Originally, the Bryant Clause would not be blocking me if I have a foreign passport, but the legislation that Douglas has put in place, it is not blocking persons like me.
Yeah,
blocking people like me who are trying to come home and run for politics. We can only come home and contribute in other ways. But we want full rights, just like everybody else. The Constitution of St. Nevis is allowing its citizens to have dual citizenship. And I have dual citizenship right now. And even when the Constitution is giving me the right to have dual citizenship, my full rights is not guaranteed. And my full rights should be guaranteed just like every other citizen.
Well,
so then now,
but okay,
the migration into St. Nevis.
Before you go in, the Constitution wouldn't directly say that you could have two citizenship. The Constitution wouldn't directly say that, but you will know that the election rules as it relates to the legislation, it bars persons who they say would have allegiance to a foreign state. We know that in Jamaica, if you were listening to the
it's affecting Mark Golden over there right now.
Yes,
he still has his British citizenship.
So these are discussions that are being had, and discussions not just things that not just affect St. Kitts but the region, and of course those discussions could be brought to.
It
could be brought to.
Affecting Jamaica now as well.
Yes,
because Izzy, when you think about it, there are a lot of. I could tell you. I used to live in Canada. I used to spend a lot of time in the U.S. There are a lot of. Listen, I know a lot of people, friends and acquaintances, who would make fabulous public servants on the political level.
Yes, we
and
sure can.
A lot of them they just the way stuff works down here gives them pause on all kinds of levels, especially with that whole thing with you having to give up your citizenship and so. It's not everybody that wants to do that, right? Because let's face it.
That's what I'm saying. We all don't want to do that. And that's the case in my situation.
Yeah.
Bro, I already done made the decision. What I went through to get this U.S. passport, I will never give up my U.S. passport, bro, to do that. And I shouldn't have to, because I was naturally born in cotton ground, bro. You know what I'm saying? So in Jamaica with Mark Golden now, he is trying to slide wine around it. It's really affecting him. And in my opinion, Mark Golden should not be there because he has citizenship in UK. So what he's trying to do is slide around it by saying that he didn't renew his passport in the UK. But he don't have to renew his passport. He has citizenship there. And it's affecting him now. And in my opinion, Mark Golden needs to be thrown out. He needs to be thrown out. I don't know how did he get this far, but he really needs to be thrown out in my opinion.
It's going to be interesting
because
to
he's
see.
violating that rule.
We're going to take another call. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Oh, boy, we lost it. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in Jamaica because I remember there was a similar situation with some MPs a few years ago?
Yeah.
10 years ago? Something.
Yes. It was,
I always wonder, though, why does the dual citizenship matter? Because if you're going to be in there serving your country, then why should it matter? Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T.
Yes, good morning to everyone and greetings in Jesus' name.
Good morning, Gregory.
Good morning, God bless you all. Greetings in Jesus' name. Now, I would like to say, just like Trump and Biden and the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, just like them, so too here in St. Kitts and Nevis. It does not matter who wins, we all lose in the end. We all will continue to go down the road of destruction in the end. Put it another way, we all are messed up very bigly in the end. Doesn't matter who wins. Just like in America with Trump.
I want to play Gregory. Wait, Gregory. I want to play devil's advocate with this. Then, so you're saying that as we live today, we shouldn't do anything. We shouldn't try to achieve anything because in the end, it's just going to be destruction.
No, I'm not saying that either. I'm saying that unless we turn and do what the Bible says we ought to do, yes, it would be just destruction.
So everything
and
we do,
all of them, and the scene are contrary to the Bible.
Okay.
All of them. So it does not matter. We lose in the end.
Okay.
If we don't repent and do things the Bible way. Hello?
Okay. No problem,
No,
Gregory.
we're listening to you, Greg.
Thanks for your contribution. Yeah. I think Jamso, I think we have a number of calls. I don't know. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, only the Bible has the answer.
No problem.
Thanks.
Okay,
All right,
thanks.
Gregory,
Does the Bible have recipes too? I just wonder. Okay.
Well,
oh my God! Really?
Yes. You have recipes for what is right, and you have recipes to talk to.
Nice save. I concede.
Yes.
Have a great day, Gregory.
All right.
Yes. God bless.
Okay.
You too.
So,
guys, let's take a quick break.
I'll have to run. I mean, the discussion is really good, but I see something about some family feud happening. It's like with the Ministry of Environment, and it seemed, you ever played Family Feud?
Oh, the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
so it seemed like it's gonna be like a little tournament.
You mean like what they used to do when I think you played over at Vibes?
Yeah.
It was something
they had
against
Family
professional.
Feud at Vibes?
Yes, it was a big thing. I don't know why it flopped. Because it was fun. Because I
think
used
we
to.
could got Island T team.
Yeah, maybe they should
Actually,
bring. No,
that
it
would
was
be-
good because it made you learn so much of things that you did not know about St. Kitts. Because I didn't know about all those parishes and stuff. And when they had Family Feud, and Azard and his team, what were you? The lawyers, and then they had the professionals, professionals and something.
It was from C4, so it was like a group of us from constituency 4.
Yeah, because you guys were all in yellow, and then there was the next team. Yeah,
You know,
Jamster, you missed. Jamster, it was good.
Azard and his Pam bureaucracy. C4.
We could.
C4. I was like, what's C4? I was wondering if you're like a chiropractor or something.
Oh, jeez.
No. But what do you think about having the island? I'm not just thinking about Island T team.
Well, we can work on that. Watch your time, I don't want you to get in trouble.
So I have to run, but I know the conversation will be very, very good. So, I wish I could have been here longer, but Lord, I have to run.
Yes. Have
I'll
a
see
great
you
day
guys
now.
tomorrow
Yep.
for a pack day and pack show. We'll take a
Alright.
break.
Okay. Yeah, great. 8:34. Let's take a quick break and we come back and chat some more on Island Tea.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
If you need insurance, our service is the best. Home motor insurance can give you more for less. Property insurance can save you a lot of stress. At TVC Insurance Company Limited, we care about your investment. Guarantee you peace of mind. The best team in the business. Guarantee you peace of mind. No other company will guarantee you peace of mind. Together we'll succeed and guarantee you peace of mind. TDC Insurance Company Limited, where you get more coverage for less.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
And we are back here on Island Tea. And there are two pressing topics that I want to speak about. Whilst I was in town yesterday, someone approached me and they asked me about, have I taken a look around town? Have I seen the state of town? And until that was drawn to my attention, I did not notice that town had a smell. I remember jammed down, and I want to think it's Elder. If I'm wrong, Elder, you can correct me. They would have called in and speak about the nastiness that was happening in town. But it's only when it was drawn to my attention yesterday that it made a lot of sense. I saw cups, I saw forks, I saw wrappers, and the scent. So this particular person was wondering, where is the Department of Environment, where was solid waste, and why isn't the place being cleaned? Now, all of these we can take into consideration, but we as citizens as well, we have a role to play, because those things did not get on the ground by themselves. So for the authorities concerned, my question is, have you been keeping stock on the state of our main commercial area where most of the tourism happen? And for the people that are littering, why are you doing these things, and how beneficial do you think it is for our island? I was shocked yesterday when it was brought to my attention, and I really observed as I continued to walk around town, the state the town was in. Jermaine?
Hi, good morning.
Hey, what's up?
Morning, how are you?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, guys. How are your mornings going so far?
Oh, going good, going good. You hear me talking about the trash in town?
Mm-hmm. And we're here working on making our segues nice and smooth. So how's that conference going? You said it wrapped up yesterday, or is it today?
Yes. So the CHDA conference wrapped up last evening. It officially wrapped up last evening, but there are other side activities ongoing today. So part of the tourism push today, Thursday, the delegates and the international and regional media and those from the Jamaica Tourism Board, they'll be engaging in two activities today. Sustainable tourism, which will be taking into consideration climate change, So they'll be doing a beach cleanup and so forth, to push the importance of climate change and tourism, as well as they'll be doing some community outreach where they'll be going to one institution and they'll be painting and cleaning up and so forth. So that's what's going to be happening today, but it officially wrapped up last evening. And I could say this because it's going to be in the news a bit later. The event, from St. Kitts' perspective, was somewhat of a success. They engaged with the hoteliers of the beach and those in a couple from Frigate Bay. They were here present at the forum, and they met with a number of partners, creative business opportunities. And as you will hear again, Mr. Thompson basically indicated to me yesterday that, the CEO of the Tourism Authority, he indicated that it was a busy 2 days for them, and they engaged with a number of critical stakeholders and so forth. 2 days. Yesterday, which is something that will be, I guess, in the news over the weekend, was an interaction with the representative Inter-Caribbean Airlines. He held a press conference yesterday, and strikingly, one thing came out yesterday, and I know this is going to be very interesting for many people who were on the service and who are also looking to take the Inter-Caribbean service. He said to me when I asked him specifically about, because this was one of the contentious in the press conference yesterday, the service that they offer to customers in terms of delayed. And what he indicated was, once you are checked in and there's any delay, the airline is obligated to take care of your service and take care of you once you're checked in. So this area where we've been hearing people have been complaining, he laid that down to two things. One, capacity in terms of getting a replacement flight to deal with those people who are stranded, as well as the ground service operation in Barbados. They have since terminated the service with the ground operating company that they had in Barbados, and they are now dealing with the service themselves.
Okay, okay, that makes sense. There was a question I wanted to ask about St. Kitts Music Festival. Now, given I heard we had a story this morning on the news where he was discussing, basically apprising the attendees of the St. Kitts Music Festival and all the other events that we have throughout the summer. One thing that struck me while he was speaking was, I wondered, did he address the fact of the late rollout? Did he address it at all, or he just spoke about the St. Kitts Music Festival as though there was no deficit in the rollout or anything? I mean, I was wondering about that.
No, so he was he was constrained by the time in terms of the length of time he had to present at the press conference yesterday.
So you're saying
so he gave a basic overview. Yeah, so he was selling. So I think he had probably like 6, 7, 8 minutes to apprise the media and other representatives of the statistics, the state of the industry in St. So he used that platform to sell and market the nation the Summer of Fun that you would have heard in the news yesterday or this morning. The Summer of Fun initiatives in terms of Mango Festival and all that. So he could not go into much details in terms of the fineries surrounding the St. Kitts Music Festival because he wanted to get that specific information.
And no one asked.
He wanted to get that specific information over.
So no one asked about the late rollout or anything? Publicly
if anyone asked that specifically.
Okay, I just wondered because it was something that struck me when he was speaking. I said, I wondered if he even said, well, we maybe got started.
No, I think he was trying more to get more heads in the beds, quote unquote.
Okay, all right.
As the tourism official says.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, we have Kay was here. We were just before we took you. We were discussing another issue which impacts not only us here, but it impacts our guests who come to visit, the garbage and so on. So I know you.
I didn't get that.
No, I was saying that before we put you on, Kay was she raised the issue of garbage and so on.
The trash.
Yeah,
and
the trash
smell in
and so on.
town.
One of the things that impacts not only us but our guests. So I think we're gonna try and take some calls on that because we have Sinkers Music Festival coming up. But I feel like sometimes we don't realize that we don't seem to live the tourism that charity begins at home, and that if we do things for ourselves, then it will redound to the guests' benefit as well. We shouldn't be doing things strictly for guests.
That's a very valid point, James. I think one of the things one of the striking things that we've seen here in Jamaica, as well as what the CHTA president indicated when she was engaging with media representatives, was the fact that you have to want to come to your destination. You have to put out your best so that when Mr. Abel comes or Kortensia comes or Jamster comes, he might stump his toe somewhere. But would you prefer him to go and tell somebody that he stumped his toe and he didn't enjoy the destination, as against you rolling out a red carpet for someone that can then leave the destination and go sell the destination? Even, as we jokingly say, people can sell anything and it's not the best. For some while. And for a small island like St. Kitts and Nevis, small island state like St. Kitts and Nevis, that is what you need to sell because we're tourism dependent destination. Like Tommy said, and when he engaged me, he said we had about 700,000 cruise passengers, right? That is what you want, but how many of those are going to be returning? So now you need to go out, put out your best, show that these people, are repeat customers that are going to come not just on the cruise. So we need to be able to clean up the streets and ensure that the people themselves, want to give you a nice smile when you come to you, feel this warmth, even if you have a bad day, you're feeling that energy that you say, yes, I want to go back to St. Kitts.
Yeah, exactly. Jermaine, you hit the nail on the head because that's something that we need to work on in the Federation too. It's customer service. And I say it all the time. I thought we had the best customer service until I went away for 12 years. And then I came back, I settled back in, and I'm like, no, this is not what I left here. I was shocked.
You mean it was better when you left?
Yes. To me, it was. I'm speaking on my behalf. I was shocked when I came back because I would tell people out there, like, we have the best customer service in St. Kitts and blah, blah, blah. And when I came back and settled in 2020, I was like, what's happening here? And I mean, you have to love your job to do it. And if it's something that you don't love, then just don't do it just to get a pay. If you're going to come, put your best foot forward. Some of us are having the crappiest day ever, but nobody would know because in customer service, you try your best. And as we say, I work in it every day, and I have people saying they're going to come back. Like just the other day, I had an incident where there was a previous blogger that came to St. Kitts. She had trouble with her Ziploc bag at the airport, and then she went back and she speaks everything bad on the island. And about 2 days ago, a customer on JetBlue, she says, I really enjoyed your island. She just came, I said hello, we started a conversation, and she just went in on it. She said, I enjoyed your island. And for that blogger that said bad things about your island, I'm going to go back. I'm going to write a full story on it. I'm going to tag her, and I'm going to let persons know that will read my blog that one person's experience isn't everybody, and you can't blanket an island just for one experience that you had. And that's good customer service, because had I not spoken to her, I would not have known that. But we have to make people, it shouldn't take a person of a different color for us to act and suddenly change our accent and be away. Let's treat all of our citizens and residents and the visitors.
But the good thing about what you just said, on the other side, she said, well, you can't take that one thing and on the other side, you can actually say that you can be fairly certain that most people had a good experience.
Exactly.
That's a good thing.
And that's what she said. So she said she's going to go back and she's going to write an excellent review on Syncits and tag that blogger that tried to make everybody else decide not to. She said had she listened to her, she would not have come to her island and experienced it. And then she heard about the music festival. She heard about Culturam. I told her about all of that. And she heard about Carnival. And she'd be like, I want to do all these things, but I got to go back and gather my coins. So when she was leaving now, I was in the rampant and she said, you know what? I'm going to come back for Carnival. And I said, good job. You come on back.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And I hope you get get an idea of what the blog is, so we can probably check it out later on and maybe play it.
I'll try to Google and make sure,
Yeah.
Because you see, that's the thing. I'm not even on Twitter and TikTok or not, because she said she was going to do it on TikTok to let people know that Syncits is much more than that one experience that blogger had. Yep.
Jeremy, there's one more question I want to ask you before you go. 10 minutes until 9 o'clock. On the stay over side, what kind of outreach did Tommy do, if he did? Can you speak to that in terms of trying to get the stay over numbers?
Well, the CHTA, I can say this: the CHTA conference generally is hoteliers. It's a marketplace forum for hoteliers and so forth. But while here, both Tommy and the hoteliers who were here, the hotels that were present, they did some outreach. They did engage with. That's why I said earlier, and you'll hear it. And hear
on the news,
clip that he said they had a very busy week with about 40 meetings or thereabout over the course of 2 days, and they were very fruitful meetings. Even the discussion that I had with a couple of the hoteliers, they indicated that it was really good for business for them. So this would then mean that there's some level of success, and you can probably see this trickling down into stay over arrivals. But also, I think one of the things that we have to take into consideration, and this is what some people might have an issue with, they use forums where they have travel bloggers and travel writers and intermedia. They use these people and travel agents to help promote the destination. Some of them, I'm not sure if Syncits does it, but they provide commission on those who assist in flights, and they work with travel agents and so forth. So meetings like these is what they use to push a lot of the agenda of the island, and use the hoteliers to push, because hotels may have some promotions and so forth, because Anguilla and Tier and so forth, they also laid out their position to the media and what they've been doing. And they've also been selling the destination. So the international writers and regional writers who are in Jamaica, they will then go to Tori and help in promoting the island. I mean, just by me walking into this hotel when I came the first night, right, Jamster, just the service alone that you got here is like, oh, I really want to come back to Jamaica to be able to engage and just enjoy it.
Nice.
That's the sort of thing that they were trying to get achieved by the hotels be coming together and selling to the media as well as the travel agents and so forth.
Okay, sounds good.
That's nice. I remember Mexico going there, right? And I don't know if these people are robots or what, but they're not. I'm just being sarcastic. Everybody gives you the same level of service. You cannot believe it. Like, service is, oh my gosh.
Exactly. I mean, I don't want to gloat, but I'm actually surprised, and I don't mean surprised by the services Jamaica, but certain provided for the media is what actually surprised me. I wouldn't say it on air, but we will have this discussion off air tomorrow, Monday, when I'm there.
Okay.
Right, but it's the level of service that's provided and the way in which Jamaica rolled out for the media and all the attendees for the CHTA meeting.
Nice.
It's something that would want you to come back to the island. It's something that you can then go and say, hey, Kortensia and Jamster, go to this hotel or go here or there. That's the sort of thing in the tourism sector that's needed right across the board. I think some of us can take that in terms of customer service.
That's not
Are you at the Roo? Are you at the Roo, Jermaine?
I didn't get that.
Are you at the Roo? Is that the name of your hotel?
If I didn't get it. No,
Okay.
I'm at Royalton.
Oh, Ooh.
Oh,
okay.
I've seen pictures of that place.
Okay. It is a Royalton, or was a Royalton, or probably still is a Royalton in Antigua. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Didn't that just open?
Yeah.
Which one?
The Royalton.
No.
Like recently? No, the one in Antigua, I mean.
No.
No, they probably refurbished.
I think the same one Kortensia asked about, that one recently opened here. I think it's either 4 to 6 weeks ago, I was told.
Okay. All right.
Because I was wondering if you're the top of top, so that's where you got the top of top service, you know? But it's good to know that where you are, you're getting excellent service. Oh, guys, I have to say something while Jermaine is online too. Commenter on the YouTube feed said, the Tourism Authority and Ministry have no control over the time artists are rolled out. That is a different entity entirely.
I wasn't blaming them. I was just asking a question.
So I don't know if it's who do we ask the question then? 'Cause
no need to get defensive, people.
they're just taking their ministry.
The questions are informed by what happens.
Yeah.
We're not driving events. We're just responding to events, and when events unfurl, certain questions will arise based on the events that unfurl.
Yep, indeed.
The end.
Yep.
Okay, Jermaine. So I'm gonna call you in a bit. Maybe just about. Is 10 o'clock okay? I think he's.
He dropped out.
I'm wondering. Let me see. Oh, he's reconnecting.
Okay.
But yeah. So Jermaine, I'm gonna call you back concerning the other housekeeping stuff that we have to do. So okay. So let's get back to that garbage thing, because that's a big pet peeve for me. I did notice yesterday or the day before. This is something I didn't really talk about, but every day I come down and I see, how they had, because they closed down the main courthouse because of the mold and and they had the things up.
Yeah, the barriers.
And then there was all this garbage pinned on the land, the porch.
Yeah.
That I guess pinned that.
Put there.
Amassed here and so on.
Okay.
And I noticed 2 days ago that it had been cleaned.
Okay, that's
But
good.
then, ironically, he was sleeping over at the annex.
Yes.
But then, ironically, when I saw him where they had cleaned it up, he was back over there sleeping over there. So I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
but I just think it's a bad look to have. But it's good to see that it's clean. I mean, I didn't mention it before.
Yeah.
So nobody come for me.
But
right?
it's only
Because
when it was brought to my attention I realized, and then as I walk and I start smelling scents, like even in my area where I live, and my good neighbor, he cleaned it up. He has his business and everything out there. But even prior to that, he normally would sweep the drains, and that's a good citizen.
Is that the guy that does the grill outside?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And yesterday he was doing it again, and I was like, where's the lady that does it? He says she's on vacation. She's on vacation. Nobody else is there to clean up. The drain is green with moss. I was going to do it, but then a vehicle was blocking because I wanted to do it straight down. But then he did all of that yesterday evening. He cleaned everything. So we came out. Last time when I came out, spick and span. This morning I came out, spick and span again. But if somebody's on vacation, who replaces that person to clean up?
Exactly. That sounds like a story I heard about the post office.
So I really have to say kudos to him because he does it diligently.
Caller. Hello, caller. Hey, what's up?
Morning, Alda.
Everyone is good?
Yep.
Yes. What about yourself? Feeling better?
Not altogether, but I'm getting there.
Okay.
The pain has subsided somewhat, and we are doing what we have to do.
Okay. Glad to hear.
This thing about the nastiness, and we before we go there, we want to big up Jamaica on the level of their customer service. Yeah, we lived there for a while and we noticed it. It's my credit soon done, so I'm gonna have to cry back about nastiness. But we are fed up of hearing about the cleaning because the nastiness is more than the cleaning.
Yeah.
The nastiness should stop. cleaning. I mean, especially when we hear some more cleaning up the beach and cleaning. Yes, we just need to stop. Put a stop in. And watch here, laws, legislation, and enforcement.
Yep.
And stop the nastiness. Sure.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay.
And he's correct, because
Yeah,
if there's
absolutely.
legislation, people are going to think twice about dropping their forks, their spoons, their cups, their wrappers, everything as they walk along. And I can't believe we're going to say it's dirty, but then we are the cause of it. So we
Yeah.
have to do better.
Legislation with teeth. I really grinds. I mean, it really bugs me when I see trash or like I go by places and I'm smelling pee or,
Oh boy.
you know, I mean,
Yeah, we know the fellas have the advantage of doing it anywhere, but y'all, come on, let's do
man.
better.
Have some civic pride, you
Oh
know?
boy, like, there's this part, if you're, after the rental for SLH,
Yeah.
there's a place right in there. There's often fecal matter and the
Are you
bad scent
serious?
of urine, and then trash. It's just dirty in between that area just before you get on the corner. I'm like,
Get on the
what?
corner where they're going to be building the legal complex?
No.
Just- oh.
We are going into town.
Mhm,
So it's the rental, it's a building, it's a little in between. Sometimes people park in there. I say they're very brave because you never know what you could come out and mash. I won't park in there. Okay, and then there's a building right there where there is a Western Union. So you get the feel.
but
So
there-
it
but
right
there's-
in between there, there's
oh.
a little space in there.
Okay.
Always
I didn't
trashy,
notice that.
always smell
Okay.
high of urine and human fecal matter.
Oh, my God.
Yep. When I see cars parked there, I'd be like, Lord, to save a $5, I couldn't put my car in there. No. So
Okay.
I always make sure I'm on the other side. Since I had a few run-ins like that,
Yeah,
I try my
yeah.
best not to walk on that side.
I always toy with the idea. I know we're gonna take a quick break. But I always toy with the idea. I know in Germany and places like that, the public bathrooms, you have to pay for them. And I always wonder. I said, I wonder if that's something that should be done here, because it's you have to figure it's the only way that it's gonna make some people.
There is this guy, I don't know if you know him. He does talk the things with a lot of explicitives, but he always complains the bathrooms. And I know people make fun and say if he walks around and check public bathrooms and stuff, but he's bringing awareness to it. He says people mess up in the Pelican Mall bathroom. People mess up at the one that's on the Bayfront, the ferry terminal.
Yeah.
He has his expletives, but he's bringing awareness to what needs to be addressed in the country.
I mean, what's going
And
on? Why do people
this is
do
why I
that?
never
I
understand.
don't understand it.
Yeah, exactly. When we use public bathrooms, think about the next person coming after you. Clean up after yourself.
God, this is
But,
why
yeah.
I keep saying civics needs to be put back into the schools, and it's supposed to cover a whole bunch. It's supposed to be like this totally holistic pursuit where you're learning all the things you need to learn about life and about how you conduct yourself in a society.
Yep. That's why I said we oftentimes want to put everything on our government, but we, the people, have to do our part, and then we ensure that they do their part so we can get a positive outcome.
We like to talk about them folks, right? But when you go to their countries, for the most part, things work.
Yep. And they know if they do that, there's money to pay.
Yeah, there's, I mean, the cities are clean, the communities are clean.
Yep. You can eat off
People
some
generally-
streets in some
yes.
places. Boy.
I don't understand. How hard is it?
We have a tiny island that we should preserve to ensure
People
that we keep people
people
coming
actively
to our shores. Yep.
people actively vandalize public and private property.
Yep.
I mean, you put up mirrors, you put up traffic mirrors, and people break them
Mash them
just
up.
because. This is insane to me. How do you put down I mean, I think Sophie had said one time, one particular mirror that I asked about, I think she said that was donated, and the mirror was put down, and within days the mirror was destroyed.
Because the young
What
fellas,
kind
and
of
I see
sick
them
mind
pass, they
does
pass and they
that?
just keep tapping on it. So if they keep tapping on it, because it's not something hard, eventually the tap pops it.
What are you even thinking?
Yep. Nonsense.
You eat KFC. you
Throw the box.
you throw the garbage in this fountain.
Oh boy.
And then someone at planning, I think, told me that they throw stuff up, the upper level of the fountain.
Yeah.
He said that when they cleaned out up there, there's a whole bunch of bottles and garbage up there. So not only were they throwing them in the fountain,
They
and
were
then
throwing them at the top. Maybe
they were
they were
throwing
doing it as
yes.
basketball, and these are the nonsense we have to
This
deal with.
is sick stuff to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We can't build and preserve and be sustainable when
Oh
we're
my
not going to take
God.
care of what we have.
Let's
That's
take this
very
call.
sad.
Caller, go right ahead.
Yes, good morning.
Hey, yeah.
I feel your outrage because I mean, it's been so many decades since solid waste started on the program of. But they're the first I heard with this whole sustainability thing, really. And after all these decades, we still have not learned. And to me, what it speaks to is a lack of pride in the country.
Yep.
It's an endemic problem. We may talk about progress in so many other areas, but if we can't do something as simple as keeping the place clean, we're going nowhere fast. And I like your suggestion about public bathrooms. Well, even if you don't have to go that far, it probably would be a good idea if establishments generally, business places, open their bathrooms to the public at a cost, right? I mean, it may take some getting used to, but they do that in Europe. All over Europe, it's like that. You have to pay to go to the public bathrooms, and it's no big deal. And at least you're assured of a sanitary place, a clean place,
Yep.
right? So that's one aspect of it. The other aspect of it, if we had a sewage system in Bastille, a lot of the problems would disappear overnight. People may still...
You really think so?
Yeah, because people may still throw their things in the sewer. But at least there would be an endpoint where it's collected and probably a pump station, an actual water sewage plant that would collect a lot of these things, and you would not have them in the open drains like that. I can't for the life of me understand why people would just throw things in drains as if it's no big deal. And it's not just the drains. You go along any one of the walking routes or driving routes on the island, and you see all kind of garbage up and down the place, like it's okay to just throw it out of cars.
Exactly.
And I don't understand it. I honestly don't understand why people don't feel that this is a big deal. But it shows that we have a huge way to go. No government, they talk about it, but they don't prioritize this sewage system.
But this is why I feel like it should be part of a civics program. Actually, when Marcus Nata was here, was it Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah. After they came off, I actually told him I feel like I commended them for the that savings program the government is setting up, but I told him that I think they should give consideration to making it a part of a holistic civics program, financial
literacy.
education, and literacy. That should be just one part of a holistic civics program that is age appropriate. That starts at say grade 1 or whatever, and it grows in complexity as you go from school year to school year, and you keep adding layers and layers and.
But how do you explain though the fact that we've had the public education for decades, and we still have this problem? It's just as bad as
I don't think it's been. Yeah, you're right.
But was it taught though, Mr. McMahon?
I don't think so.
Because we learn saving techniques from our parents, most of us from our mothers. So the fact that when Nakira Nichols ran and she was running she was running promoting financial literacy, I thought that was a good thing because they were going to start from preschool onwards, which is very good. I remember the governor for the central bank mentioning a program like that as well. So it really needs to be
Yeah.
enforced, and so the
Well,
children can do better now.
The holistic idea is good because really and truly, I mean, what's the point talking about financial literacy and you have to spend so much, whether on taxes or whatever, to do cleanup? What's the point of talking health, education, promoting health, and then you have all this garbage up and down the place?
Exactly.
Everything is related.
And you're gonna leave the Coca-Cola bottle with the unhealthy Coca-Cola on the courtroom step or on a church step or something.
You know, you're going
The
walking,
disrespect,
you're
huh?
going,
Yeah.
you're going walking, exercise, because it's promoted as good for you and so on.
Yes.
But you're going to throw your water bottles on the side of the road.
Which is
Exactly.
wrong.
Beach.
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
But there are signs
you
at the
know?
beach, Mr. McMahon, and that beach thing, it hurts me greatly. That's why we shouldn't clean it up.
Yes,
When
signs?
we have holidays, on trees, like people put up little signs on trees.
Oh.
I think we should have an enforcement person on the beach. So if myself, Jamston, Azad, and you had a picnic and we left our stuff, they should be able to say, okay, these are the persons that you find. Because they are little signs, and they shouldn't have to be signs. You're going to have a picnic, have a garbage bag. When your picnic is done, tote your garbage bag with you to your residence or to the nearest dump, and don't dump the garbage bag like a few feet off in the bushes when you get to the turn where you go down for what is it called, Reggae Beach. Don't do stuff like that. Like, take your stuff with
it goes
you.
deeper than that, though. Kortensia, it goes deeper than that, though, because as someone pointed out, if you don't make a mess, there'll be less to clean. And I'm saying that even before you talk about enforcement and making sure there are signs and all those sorts of things, there got to be some way to inculcate pride in the ordinary citizen that you don't do these things.
Exactly.
But this
It
is
shouldn't
why
take a
It makes
sign
no
to tell
sense.
you.
Exactly. But this is why I think you need to start at a small age, because a lot of the things I learned in boys' school as maybe rudimentary and maybe surface level as it was, a lot of the stuff still resonates with me. So
Yep.
I think if because now we're more evolved as a culture, I feel like if we make people understand that, take for example, hey, you can't be going dumping old CRT monitors and printers and disgusting looking mattresses on the Bastille Valley Park where the aquifer is, where we're drinking all that water. Those electronic items have heavy metals which are not
Exactly.
good for us. All the other disgusting things. You can't be dumping construction
And
waste.
it's
How
not just
are
the-
people
it's
not getting
just the
this?
either. It's not just
I
the
know,
either.
I'm just
I
using
mean,
that as an
you-
example.
You go any given gut throughout
Oh,
the
boy.
island,
Oh,
and you
God.
see these things. So it tells you it's a nationwide problem.
Yeah, because
You know that nobody's the authorities don't seem like they're prioritizing addressing this thing. To me, it makes so much more sense. It's those small things that count
Yeah.
to making your country look well managed, a decent place, a nice place to live and work and so on. Those things. It's not just the sophisticated things like the ease of doing business and all those things.
And you know what?
Right?
You know
There's
what?
some basic stuff that needs to be done.
You know what
Not
slays
doing
me? Is that how cheap it is. How cheap it is to take a truckload of. I was shocked after we moved into our house, right? And we did 3 truckloads, and I didn't pay $20.
to take them across to the dump.
The total for what it was less than $50, and I thought that was cheap. And I know it's cheap. So there are people who collect garbage from supermarkets and so. Like I know a friend who picks up garbage from the Chinese restaurants and so, the Chinese groceries, and I know I know he's on the level, but I know there are people who. These people are paying you good money.
Yep. And they're throwing it
good
halfway.
faith, expect you to take the garbage to the dump. You're getting good money, you know.
Dumpster,
But you
but
think it
dumpster-
had to pay $15 or $5 or whatever, $8 or whatever it is. I
to
do
get them
do
in
not
there.
understand.
You know, in North America, certainly the States at least, where before you get a driver's license, you have to sit down and watch a 3-hour video, which basically tells you well, it's mostly against drunk driving and things like that. But basically, you have to sit.
Is it Civics for drivers?
Right? They need some. No, I'm serious.
Yeah, no,
license to have. These people need to be licensed, and before you get your license, you have to exactly have some kind of video, some kind of instruction as to what not to do, right? And yes, a lot of them know that they shouldn't do it, but continue to do it. But they do it at because they feel they can get away with it, and having them go through this at least gives the impression that you're serious about the enforcement, the environment, so that they don't just do it because, oh, well, everybody else doing it, and I can do it and get away with it, right? But they absolutely need that kind of thing. Those specialized, like truck drivers and so on, they need some kind of instruction apart from just being able to drive, given a license. If you're carrying loads, you have to do it in a certain way. You ever have
Don't throw your lunch. Don't throw your lunch juice bottle out the window while you're driving. Stuff like that.
But
know.
But even common road courtesy. Have you ever been in a mile-long line of traffic where some slow-moving vehicle is there at the head, keeping everybody back
because they're on their phone,
pulling over to the side?
Yeah, because they're on their
for
phone.
A minute or two, let the traffic pass. They stay there, watch the mile-long behind them, and to me they're willful.
Of course, I see it all the time.
To be quite honest.
And then you go past.
There should be a traffic.
And then when you eventually get past them, oh, they're on their phone, and then you realize it's like on the F.T. Williams or the Kim Collins where they could actually pull off at the side of the road,
for a short while.
Oh my
God. I mean, and you think that's common sense, but no. I always started to think it's funny, unless I'm in the line, of course.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got a lot of basic stuff to take care of.
Yeah.
That we're not really doing. But
yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. McMahon.
Yeah, that was great as usual. So no one say he's okay. Someone's calling now. I was about to say
You're gonna take a break?
You know, people. Yeah, but I was gonna say some people would say, oh, he's taking forever, but no one was calling. But someone did call. So. Go ahead, caller.
Go ahead, caller. You're live on LT. Good morning.
Yes, hello, Trevor. It's me again.
Hi, Greg.
No, yes, I'm calling concerning an experience that I had with this trash thing and so. And to me, like I say, it's all a joke. You know, a lot of it is just really a joke. Well, I'm a person. When I travel, I try as much as possible to have at least a plastic bag on me, so that whatever things I have to throw away, I put them in my plastic bag, and then when I reach the nearest garbage pan, some of the time I even have to bring it home and all to put it in my garbage.
Yeah, I do that too, Gregory. Actually,
that's what I do.
Yeah.
No, but I'm going to tell you an experience I have that make a lot of these talk, a lot of joke, really. Well, number one, there are legislation because it's illegal to lighter. Not lighter, I'm litter. But somebody, this is a number of years ago, somebody threw something in my yard. Actually, a pallet, really.
Ooh.
And, well, that's littering still.
They threw a pallet in your yard?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a number of years back. And what happened is that I found out who the person was. I did find out who the person was. And I went to the police about it. The police said, go to a lawyer concerning it. I went to the lawyer concerning it. The lawyer, and this is a lawyer who loves to speak against the police, saying that the reason why we have these big crimes is because the police fail to take action against the small crime. This lawyer is known for saying that in coming against the police. But the same lawyer said, well, I need to go to the solid waste people. I went to the solid waste people concerning the matter. The solid waste tell me, boy, you need to go back to the police. I went to the police again. The police tell me I had to go back to the lawyer.
Greg, I didn't know. Greg, you sound like a pin. You sound like a ball in a pinball machine, man.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. I'm gonna tell it. I went to the lawyer again. The lawyer tell me go back to you sorry with people. I said, no. This is the end for me. This is the end for me. I'm not getting anywhere with this. You know what I'm going to do? You all just have on a program that deal with trash. I'm going to wait until when that come on and bring the matter on the air.
I'm going to tell you, I haven't listened in a while. That program ended.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I said. Years back. I'm talking about years back. That's what I told you.
Okay.
Yeah. So Bridges was on. Tony was hosting the program, and I came on the air with the issue with Bridges, and I pressing Bridges on it, and he was he-hawing, and I pressing him, and then he eventually said to me, you know what? To be quite truthful, the reason why you didn't get nowhere is because no lawyer wants to be known as the trash lawyer.
Wow.
You get that? No lawyer wants to be known as the trash lawyer. That's why you didn't get nowhere. And so,
but you know,
and so I hanged up. So I hanged up. I said that is why we have problem with trash and people dumping here, because no lawyer wants to be known as the trash lawyer.
But isn't it still money they're getting? Because once you win the case, won't they get paid? So what's the point of being a representative for trash?
It just shows.
Well, according to him, no trash lawyer wants to. So apparently the money doesn't really matter.
Oh.
No lawyer wants to be known as a trash
but
lawyer.
you know why that is?
You
know why that is, and we touched on it in the conversation we've been having for the last half an hour. Our psyche doesn't think littering and tossing garbage indiscriminately about is really a bad. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which is sad, because it is a problem.
Yeah, so you could have all the legislation you want, which we already have, because it is against the law for littering. But if the people don't want to enforce it,
exactly,
and
be back to square one. They're not enforced because people don't think it's important.
Right.
Even the people, the stewards of the law, the police and so on, the lawyers, they don't think it's important, so they don't want to touch it. The police are not going to enforce it.
Because according to Bridges, no lawyer wants to be known as the trash lawyer.
Wow. That's sad.
Anyway, thank you very much.
Okay,
thank you too. Yeah. Somebody on the Facebook wall says, when Catholics travel to Canada, they don't litter.
Exactly. They fall in line.
It's funny how we fall in line for real. Wow.
That's another.
I bet we're not gonna go to Singapore and drop anything in them streets, though.
Oh God, because you know,
dead.
you're in the slammer.
Oh
my
boy,
God,
it's funny. We have to take.
So I wonder if when you go to Singapore, do they search to see if you have search for gum maybe, and if you have gum, do they confiscate it? Because gum is you can't chew gum over there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
see,
you can't chew gum.
I never followed the affairs of Singapore close, but as I said, I have a stationary back at home, and when I ride the pretend ride that I'm riding through Singapore, every single thing is clean. I can't even say I see a trash bin, but I never look, but I'm gonna look. But everything is, the street is squeaky clean.
Yeah.
Wow. We have someone on the line,
yeah,
Jamsa?
I'm trying, but I can't get it. Okay. Oh my God, I was trying to.
Caller, you can call back. Sorry about that. I was trying to
press the button and it was just refusing to. Here we go again. 9:22. Island T, go right ahead.
Good morning, Jamster.
Hey, what's up?
Good morning.
Good morning, Kortensia.
Good morning.
Azard still in the...
No,
he's not. He had to leave.
Okay, I want to touch on the earlier issue you brought to the fore about the local politics.
Mm-hmm.
And according to Peter Wiggum, that popular Barbadian pollster, if the Labour to be dethroned, it would not be no political one single party in Civic. It must be a form like a unity formation like the prior administration. And so I am willing to bury the hatchet. I am not willing to be so antagonist towards the opposition parties, because eventually we will have to bury the hatchet in order to dethrone. But in order for me to get involved, and I'm saying this to the PAM, to the NRP, to the CCM, or to the PLP, for me to get involved and to displace or replace this present, I think it's Nevis Labour Party, they will have to give some commitment to me, and I can assure you it's not only myself. A lot of the nation's people would want to see our national assets remain in the national purview for posterity to come. Case in point, I would like to know if the lands that was sold or leased, I don't know if they were sold or leased, at what I consider one of our national treasure, our national asset, the Bayford. Don't tell me that we cannot milk our own cows and let people choose. If they want to go to the store and buy milk, or if they want to deal with the skim milk, the cow milk, so be it. But don't tell me you're going to bring those desert people from the sun and give them our best arable lands and because of the money. The brother from Nevis that called in this morning disclosed about how much money we would have accumulated since this present administration. And so it's not for want of money why we are selling or maybe leasing the land. I more prefer the latter, to lease the land. But if we are to bury the hatchet and form another team, a unity administration, for me to commit, and I know my caliber, I know I'm so influential that people would have respected my contribution prior. For me to commit, whatever the next administration might be, that will replace the Labour administration, have to give back those desert people their money, and let us keep our land. Let us enshrine into our constitution, our legislation. If anything that could be done with our land, it's a lease.
Could you
Maybe
clarify?
on a quarterly, 25 years or 50 years also.
Could you clarify that?
No more selling of our land.
I was wondering if
People
you.
are dying all over the world for lands, and here is it, us, with our naivety, selling out the people's assets.
I was
wondering.
I was wondering if you can clarify this desert people land thing. Well, I'm unclear on what you mean by that.
In terms of what is happening, it's not just a one-off with Sinkiton Nevis.
Mm-hmm.
Persons who are oil rich, they have oil, they really have money, but they don't have the best of what they're standing on in terms of the arabness of their space. So therefore they are seeking elsewhere in Africa and in the Caribbean to get these arable spaces. When I said desert, I mean like sandalomes.
Okay.
Some people are developing those sandalomes and they're turning them green. But some people are going by the other route where they're using their green money to buy arable land.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with St. Kitts, though?
What it has to do with St. Kitts is that what I was told that the land sales or the land lease that was done in the Bayford area, I am not hearing much of it. And if it's land sales, it needs to be rethink. We need not to sell our national asset. No way, no how.
No.
That's the point I am making.
No argument from
Our
me there.
national asset should be template to build on. You heard the farmers the other day. Are you telling me that efforts cannot be a template like a space as a launching pad for other projects around the island in terms of, animal husbandry, if you're going to rear chickens, and the guy have his cows up there and so forth and the like, and with the infrastructure that was placed there, I checked those lands already. I walked through those lands to go plant marijuana high up in the contour. control. And the research fruits that were there, some of them probably survive still. The foundation, the template is there already. And they know it. Those potential investors knows it. We need not to start back from scratch, where guys who have already plant coconut palms and what have you on those lands would want to start from scratch to be able to benefit coconut 5 years after. When the benefit, they have already put in the work to benefit those foundations.
Okay.
I met a friend, he's into farming, and it seems like the conversation we had is like, seemed like he agreed to just take the pittance of money. Okay? Because I think, well, the sales of the land would affect him. So he's willing to take the money from the desert people, relocate, plant back some palms, and wait 5 and 6 years to reap the benefit. We say no to that. No. We say no.
Okay, but I'm not. But I mean, do we really have the kind of expanses of land that would make it viable for those, for those people to really? I mean, there are islands that are far bigger than us. Wouldn't it make sense? Or territories? I know for a fact that there's some countries like Saudi Arabia owns like farms in the U.S. and so on, and some other countries.
Yeah, UAE, there's buying spots of land and like.
So I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense for any of these people to do anything at scale really here in such a small place as St. Kitts Nevis. Doesn't seem, in my mind anyway, it doesn't seem to make sense. But okay, I guess it depends on.
I don't know if they want to convert those farmlands into something else, but like there are zonal areas like the Barefoots area and like around let's say Newton Ground.
Mm-hmm.
There are specific zone area that we should identify, and we should identify and say, well, these zonal areas has some things about them that they would be for farmland. There are other zonal areas would be for like development in terms of
Okay, caller, we have to take a break, and we have another call coming in, so I'm gonna let that caller know.
Okay.
We are going to take a break. Yeah, you can always call back. We're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come back and get this call.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
It's new and only at ICWI, the insurance company of the West Indies. Receive free windscreen cover when you purchase your third-party policy with ICWI. You heard right. Free windscreen cover with your third-party policy for only a limited time. If you're a third-party policy holder, take advantage of this limited time offer and switch to ICWI for added protection. Isn't it time you experience insurance the ICWI way? Conditions apply. Click, call, or visit ICWI today. Visit us at 1C Bird Rock Road. Call 465-8753 or ICWI.com.
You found the sound. 98.9. Win FM.
Looking for something extra? Look no further. Suppligent's got you covered with our Suppligent Shop and Win promotion. You can be the lucky winner to take home one of 3 cash prizes. Just spend $12 or more on any Suppligent Tetra products at your favorite supermarket, write your name and contact at the back of your bill, and place it in the specially marked entry form box for a chance to win big. Promotion runs April 1st to May 30th, 2024. Suppligent boosts you up.
Hey kids, drink healthy! Reduce sugar chubby with the same great taste. Lots of magic fruity flavors, drink the more healthy way. It tastes so yummy, chubby, chubby. 25% less sugar chubby. Be active, be healthy, drink lots of chubby. Kicking football, playing cricket, having fun in the sun. It's chubby. Reduced sugar chubby keeps you cool and refreshed. It tastes so yummy, chubby, chubby. 25% less sugar chubby. Jumping rope, running races, have fun. It tastes so yummy, chubby. Drink the more healthy way.
And we are back. And I got my boy Rusty on the line. Rusty, what's up? Hey, Rusty, what's up?
Hey man, what's up? Me again.
Cool.
I just heard the caller a while ago made a comment that Peter, whatever his name in Barbados, made, and that he himself would not engage in voting or participating in any elections if the opposition parties don't join together. I am going to be an advocate for my opinion. I'm going to let the public know that Timothy Harris does not mean well. Period. I know a lot of people are vexed with you. I know that. Me and calling it. I know people be mad with you. They do not know Timothy Harris. I know Timothy Harris. And the problem with Timothy Harris is same thing. Oh God. It's like the last time. He ain't gonna work candidates. He ain't got that kind of money now to have 8 candidates. He might got 3 or 4, whatever. He might got a few. But if they want to go and waste their votes in that seat, that's entirely up to them. The only thing that will happen is Labour will continue to win. Because Timothy cannot win another election. He can win his seat if you all believe that. And I hope that Pell is really doing a good job out there. Because the same St. John Payne who had that seat locked down, Pam won it. Roy Jones. Roy Jones ended up beating it. But you have to work with the people. That's one of Pam's weakness. They don't understand working with the people. I believe Pell will work with the people. I give you a blessing on that. But if you want to say, oh, we have a unity, Pam could win seats by themselves. We won 6 seats. We won 6 seats in, after 19, I was it 19, what, 94, 93, whatever time it was. Not 80, 83. For the second election. They're not understanding that we can do it. Oh God, I get disconnected. I'm still here?
No, we're hearing you, Rusty. Go ahead.
We had a little power outage here, and
yeah. One last thing before two things. One, Jamster, why y'all don't follow up on the trainee man who busted the little child head? I haven't heard anything about the child. Follow up on that story, please. I want to hear that. And then the last thing I want to talk about is land. You all got to understand that in our constitution, you can take up any other land, whatever you want. Premier Bradshaw did that, and Prime Minister Douglas did that. So when the Labour thinks that you can sell anybody all the land you want, when they want it, they can get it back from you. That is Labour's philosophy. It is in our constitution. I'm not sure if it was done on the Simmons government when they were cutting the road. I'm not sure the East Peninsula Road. I don't know if they had to take anybody that. But they believe that's going to happen. But I keep telling y'all, we do not understand international laws. We do not understand international laws today. So when they're selling Arab and all kind of people land and Russian people land and that kind of stuff, when they think, oh, we want the land, take it from them and don't pay them and that kind of stuff, watch what happens. Watch what happens to things. I'm done. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Wow.
You know that issue with the Chinese. You remember I was talking about how we have this culture in this country. I mean, remember when the Republic Bank thing happened, and it took Anguillans to speak up on the issue, and it took one petition person who happened to call Voices, I think 2 weeks ago, and chronicle what happened with her account and so on. It seems as though all these things happen in our society that everyone is afraid to talk about, which is just crazy to me. If what Russ is talking about that happened with I remember he calling about that Chinese thing. You know, listen, people wouldn't like me if I was prime minister, you know, because those people would lose their citizenships and they would be deported. And this wouldn't take months or even a month.
But do you see how China is now? I think they have, what is it called? Something on Taiwan because they don't like their new president. So I'm trying to remember
the guy who just sworn in.
Yeah.
No, apparently he
some kind of drills they have on Taiwan. China have some sort of drills on.
Yeah,
Taiwan.
because the new president is pro-independence. He's even more hawkish about about independence for Taiwan, and he's been saying in even more strident tones that Taiwan is its own country and blah 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 blah, and the Chinese are pissed off about that. You know, so.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Listen.
So he's even stronger on on the Taiwan independence issue than the lady he succeeded.
Wow.
The president who went before.
He needs his secession fast.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, they got to do what they got to do, but let me tell you, there's a lot of things going on in this world. Everybody's fighting for power. Everybody's fighting.
But yeah, I'm really surprised about that Chinese story with that kid who supposedly went into a store or something.
And they claim take something up. Well, we
Yeah.
weren't there, so we don't know. Yeah, but nothing is.
They all better be glad I'm not prime minister, because trust me, all of y'all would be gone.
Oh boy.
No, I'm serious. I am serious. This, I'll put eminent domain on steroids.
Are they Chinese or are they from Taiwan?
They're Chinese.
They're so they're not from Taiwan.
They're not from Taiwan.
Okay.
And I don't care about your anchor babies. Your babies would lose their citizenship. I'm sorry. People should. I mean, where is the reciprocity? We cannot go to China or India for that matter and do any of the things that they're doing here. The government would not have it because they have laws against. I mean, take for example, even Suzuki the car maker. Suzuki has 50. For all I know, Maruti might actually have more shares than Suzuki. Suzuki's manufacturing operation in India, right, is with an Indian company called Maruti. So it's called Suzuki Maruti, right? And there are examples of that in both China and India, where if you're a foreigner, you can come in and just do things on your own, except, people like Apple and so, I guess because of the kind of money they have. But the things that they are allowed to do here in the business sphere, and the things that they are allowed to get away with, we could not get away with those things in their countries.
Exactly.
And that should not be tolerated. And this thing about citizenship should not be absolute, because they're not of us, they're not from here. And
because in some countries, even though you
even
get
though
your
you're born
children
there,
there, I think
yes.
this is Dubai. I think your child has to get a passport from where your parent is from.
Yes.
Yeah, then they don't give people who are not natives to those areas passports.
I mean, even in the Dominican Republic, Haitians born on the DR side,
they want nothing to do with them.
They're not citizens. Imagine that, you're born on the same island.
But what if we did that there? What if we did that here to them? How would they feel?
And that's another thing that no one talks about.
Yeah.
These people treat their fellow islanders, Haiti, like crap, and they come here and no one talks about that. They're building a wall between the DR and Haiti.
Yeah.
No one talks about that.
Oops.
They mistreat the Haitians, and yet they come here and they're knocking us down. Hey, you walk not even 10 feet. You walk 5 feet, you hear Spanish. What is our government doing about this? I mean, where is our backbone when it comes to our birthright and the fact that people born in St. Kitts and Nevis should have primacy, and possibly, obviously I don't mean you.
That's okay.
No, I don't mean you. I mean because I just have a problem. I have a problem with the DR Haiti thing. I have a problem with the Chinese, the Indians. I don't care. People are going to get upset. Sorry. Y'all always want to cape for other people, except you all own people, but not me. I just wanted to say that. A lot of people out there getting their panties in a twist now because of what I just said. They're always ready to cape for other people except their own people. And that story that Rusty spoke about, I gotta say it again. I would really like to hear about what became of that for real. I mean,
because it just died down. Because things in the islands are just for 9 days or 3 days, and then you don't hear anything about it. So that's how we.
Yeah, sometimes I don't want to say anything, because.
Oh boy.
Like Rusty, I get passionate, and then. And people want to take the. They want to take the messenger to task and not the message. It's the same thing with the farmers.
Yeah.
The farmers are pointing out legitimate problems and legitimate complaints, but rather than deal with the complaints and the problems, you make the farmers a problem.
Yep.
When the same farmers, for example, they tend to give Jack his jacket. I've heard Troy come here and say, for example, oh, you know, the land prep has been going good. They've done a good job with this. And by the same token, he said, well, I need to do better with this. I need to do better with that. What's wrong with that? Isn't that the way life is supposed to work? We deal with the not so good realities, and we try to improve on them, rather than treating people like they're traitors or they're non-patriots or they're being partisan, as most of their detractors say, simply because they're pointing out things that they need improved.
Yeah.
You think 2025 is you think 2025 is 5 years from now, right? The way they're operating.
Tell you it's almost here. I look at how fast the weeks
Right.
and the months are going. It's almost
Yeah,
here. Literally,
yeah.
it's almost here.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to table?
Health again.
Health again. Go ahead.
Yes, we have to speak about this and we need persons to be careful out there, especially those of us that work in the front line, because these things are out there and you don't want to catch it, you don't want to take it home to your family, etc., etc.
The measles, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Tell me about
so
that.
let
That's
me
crazy.
pull
I
that
thought
Let
that
me
was
pull
all
that up.
all but extinct.
Oh boy, not at all, not at all. And this is from Loop News. It's loading. Okay, and this was 20 hours ago, and it says St. Kitts and Nevis concerned over imported cases of measles. So this is imported. So health authorities in St. Kitts and Nevis are alarmed by the persistent influx of measles cases imported into the Caribbean, which was the first sub-region globally to achieve measles elimination in 1991. The Office of the Chief Medical Officer said that on May 1st this year, the Turks and Caicos reported 2 laboratory-confirmed cases of measles despite having a national measles vaccination rate of 95%. This coverage rate is similar to that of St. Kitts and Nevis, the statement said, noting that despite the elimination of measles in 1991, some islands have experienced imported cases of measles between 1991 and 2019, and the trend is expected to continue. So the CMO statement gave no indication as to any case occurring here, but she said currently there are prolonged measles outbreak occurring in the United Kingdom, the United States, and other health regions globally. So I guess it's not here just yet, but we still have to be careful. So the Federation, like other member states, is at increasing risk of importation of the virus from countries in our tourism source markets where the virus continues to circulate. The re-emergence of measles, another vaccine-preventable disease, is occurring because of disruption in routine vaccination program activities post the COVID-19 pandemic and other factory-like vaccine hesitancy. The statement said the Twin Island Federation benefits from daily flights to and from the United States and weekly flights to and from London. An unsuspected traveler can import the virus to our island and cause the disease to spread among locals who are unvaccinated. It said, noting that measles is a vaccine-preventable viral disease that is highly contagious. It is spread by airborne droplets or via direct contact with secretions from the nose, mouth, and throat of infected individuals. The incubation period, which is the period between exposure to the virus and the onset of the first symptom, is approximately 10 to 12 days. The symptoms include high fever, generalized rash all over the body, stuffy nose, and reddened eyes. So
somehow I never thought about it, I guess, but I didn't realize it was a virus.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever thought about it before.
Yep.
I was just like, oh, measles. I never thought about whether it was a bacterium or a virus. But yeah, so it's a virus. Okay.
It is a virus.
Mm.
And they're saying if you're vaccinated, then so maybe you have to be vaccinated. Well, not maybe.
So
you have to be vaccinated against that to don't get
But
it.
don't they give anyone who knows this should tell me, don't they give the MMR virus as a matter of course still? I remember.
You mean the vaccine?
What did I say? Virus?
MMR virus.
MMR vaccine. Sorry. Oh God, where did that come from? Yeah.
I figured you meant vaccine.
Yeah, the vaccine. You know,
I'm sure they do
it's
because
mums,
measles,
and
what's
German measles is the other one.
I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, because I think
remembering the other
apparently
one.
mums and measles are related or something. The
What?
viruses are similar. Well, I know
Mums,
that
you want
MMR
fight
virus.
measles, and
Yeah.
then the measles, you have the red rash on your skin, all over you.
Oh, so it's German. Yeah, that virus has rubella. Yes.
Oh, rubella. Okay.
Rubella is the name for I remember now.
Rubella is the R.
Is it? Yeah.
Okay,
For German
got you.
measles. Yeah. So you have
The R of the
mumps,
acronym.
measles, rubella. I remember I had to take. I'm sure I took that like at least 2 or 3 times in my life. Where they said it had to be renewed or something. So I'm wondering if they don't give that anymore because the fact that this is now an issue. Do they know? They haven't said where it came from, right?
The measles.
Yeah.
Hold on, I don't remember that saying that.
And didn't we hear about some mumps? I think I heard about mumps last year.
Oh no. The only thing I heard about is that flu that seemed to have disappeared.
Which flu?
The flu that was happening recently. You didn't know they had something going on. Remember, AZ had caught it for a little bit too.
Oh, and it's disappeared?
Yeah, I've not. It's mysteriously disappeared because a lot of people caught it. You know, I was wondering if it was because of the Saharan dust and stuff, but yeah, that the remedy was the cetamol, the daytime cetamol, and the drink ting, the green bottle, and the nighttime cetamol and the drink ting.
I'm sure
and that knocked it out of
To be honest, I'm sure the thing has nothing to do with it. I'm betting.
Hey,
I'm betting.
it worked though. Everybody got healed.
Thing. I bet you if this uses set, I'm sure the thing has nothing to do with it. Some person just probably happened to
They
do
said
thing and what?
Jam said it healed. It healed everybody. So they said. It said, sub-region globally, the Caribbean, which was the first sub-region globally to achieve measles elimination in 1991.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah,
so
because
it doesn't seem like it belonged to us. It seemed like it was important.
Yeah, it was
it
imported.
always has been imported
Mhm.
because this goes on to say that they are currently prolonged the measles outbreak occurring in the United Kingdom, United States, and other health regions globally. So it doesn't seem like it's something that came from the Caribbean. It was always imported.
Yeah, I remember. I'm sure I remember taking that at least twice.
Yeah. Remember, we used to get vaccines.
MMR, yeah.
I wonder if they
Mhm.
still go to the schools and vaccines the students because they even came to the CFBC and vaccinated us,
Really?
last year.
What was it for?
I don't even remember. It was my second year of.
To be honest, I'm kind of paranoid about some of those. I
Vaccines?
remember I was working someplace and they came around to give a vaccine and I opted out because I wasn't sure what was going on. I always think they're up to something.
The last time they came around to give the vaccines was for COVID. Do we have someone on the line?
Yeah, go ahead, call. Hello? Okay, I guess.
Jamster,
Mhm.
you saw this one too? The USVI awaits Congress decision on visa waiver for Caribbean visitors. So they're hoping that this works so that they can increase the amount of visitors that are going to the St. Thomas, St. Croix, because they say we can exchange cultural benefits.
I wonder why they're doing that. I mean, no, it's good, but I'm actually surprised that they would do that.
This is what the article says. This is also from Loop. So the U.S. Virgin Islands is still awaiting the federal government approval on a law that will eliminate the visa requirements for selected nationals from neighboring Caribbean states. It says the Tourism Commissioner Joseph Boschlet provided Loop News with the update following the U.S. Virgin Islands media conference at the Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association Caribbean Travel Marketplace in Montego Bay, Jamaica. He said the USVI hopes a decision will be made soon in an effort to make interregional travel easier and build cultural relations. He said, unquote, "We still believe in having easier travel among the Caribbean islands. We are all in the same region. As the USVI seek to become one of the Caribbean's cultural mecca, he noted that the visa waiver will help make the island more attractive for artists and promoters. We have cultural agreements with countries from an artist and cultural exchange standpoint. It would be a lot easier for us, especially when we bring artists in for our carnival and festivals. The visa process can be a bit challenging to bring the artists in from Trinidad and some of the other places, he said. But we continue to push, of course. This is way above our pay grade in terms of visa grants, but we are definitely supportive of it. So the visa waiver process began in 2022 when the U.S. Congress House Judiciary when the House Judiciary Committee approved the Virgin Islands visa waiver. So the Virgin Islands Visa Waiver Act would allow the Department of Homeland Security to consider approving non-immigrant visitors visa waivers for entry into the territory for up to 45 days, primarily for residents of neighboring Caribbean countries.
I can think of one area that will help. There have been these situations where some of the local bands have had to go to the Virgin Islands, and the whole band wasn't able to travel. So
because everybody didn't have visas, right?
Yeah, so that would probably help.
Okay.
Boy,
Someone's on the line?
Yes, I'm trying to. Oh my God, it's like lifting weights, trying to get these calls. Hi, caller, go right ahead. Hello, caller.
Hello, caller, are you there?
I'm wondering if the current may have.
Oh, messed up the phone again. Yeah. Oh boy, callers, we humbly apologize for that. Yes, we had a power outage for a few. The generator kicked in, but
okay, let me do
this normally happens.
Let me do the reset. Okay, good.
So it should work now?
I should think, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. Yeah. So and there's a story I just saw which I thought was interesting. It's a Trinidadian dude who is setting up a Caribbean streaming service called Pavilion Plus, which aims to revolutionize Caribbean streaming. So the idea is to provide Caribbean shows that were made
in
movies,
the Caribbean. That's been out a while.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the Caribbean Netflix. It's just as fancy.
Oh, so
just as accessible.
So it's actually okay.
Yep.
Pavilion Plus. You've actually seen it?
Yep.
Where?
Studio 327.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, because this is dated May 21st, so I'm just seeing this. Yeah.
So he's revamping. Because he's been out for a minute, he has a lot of local movies and programs and all sorts of things.
Yeah, well, I guess maybe it just Loop just found out about it.
But he's been around a minute.
Yeah.
That's good that he's getting more recognition, though.
Yeah, apparently the owner was involved in. He has a movie that received an award at the Tribeca Festival. That's Robert De Niro's music festival. Not music festival. What am I saying? Film festival.
Film festival.
It's a music festival. Anyway.
Music festivals on James's mind. Oh boy.
Tribeca is the area he's from. Yeah, in New York. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So,
Jam. So we have to touch this before we conclude. There was a journalist that was shot dead in Jamaica. Did you see that one?
Yes, that was something I wanted to. Yeah, but it was not a journalist. A journalist. Yeah. You're right. I was thinking, a journalist. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, it says a journalist was shot dead at a section of Spanish Town Road in St. Andrews last night. He has been identified as Job Nelson. Yeah. And then when I saw that story, I saw preceding stories that even had this one where a journalist was shot at a murder scene. So I wonder, wait, the murder was committed. He's there to get his news, and then the person came back around and to make sure and maybe sprayed more bullets. I was like shocked. I think it happened in Barbados.
Barbados?
Yeah, but it was not this year. A while back, yeah.
You know, it's funny. You never hear of any crime happening in
what? I saw a video
I
the
know
other
there's
day,
crime,
right?
but-
Did you see this girl? I think I don't know if she was part of the crime, but she was with the guy that they killed initially, and then she went around the corner, and then one of the guys came around the corner and shot her down. That was so bad.
What?
And people were like, "Be careful of the company you keep," because if she was in on it, they took her out. I don't know why.
Yeah, but
yeah.
No, because I've heard complaints. I've heard not complaints. I've heard criticism that Mia Motley has been accused of in the past of putting pressure on the media in Barbados to not report crime.
Oh, boy.
Because honestly, you never get. Think about it. You probably might know more because you used to travel a lot, but you never got the impression anything happened, like that you didn't have shootings and like that kind of thing in Barbados, because you would never hear anything. Seriously, you just never got that sense.
See, this one Bajan photojournalist killed at murder scene. So this was June 22nd, 2020. And then they have in Guyana, the I8CHR concern after attempted assassination of journalists, and that was in 2023, so December the 13th. And then in on July 15, 2021, Dutch media, crime reporter De Veries died after shooting. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of countries, because there are some countries that they don't really like. I always look at the Canadian news and say, wow, we don't really hear a lot of things about murders and stuff, but they happen, and it's just how the countries want to portray themselves, but to each his own.
Yes.
To each his own, because we know these things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one of the things I want to touch on tomorrow is, you heard about Apple came up with their list of their 100 best albums.
Can I say no?
No, tomorrow.
I don't know. No, I said, you asked if I heard, so I said, can I say
no?
No, I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
saying no
fine,
to the discussion. I'm just saying no.
Yeah, I know.
Because I don't,
of
I'm
course,
not a techie, and I'm not into Apple and
So,
everybody.
Kind of interesting. The top 10 is kind of interesting. Actually, last time, quick before I go, the top 10, I have 9 out of the 10 albums.
Oh.
So I was like, because I remember I saw pictures.
Oh, albums. I thought you meant like
the CDs,
we were going to talk about the
CDs,
watch, we were going to talk about the iPad. Not that.
No,
Okay,
music,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I think the only album I didn't have was Radiohead, I think. Yeah, so I think there's a Radiohead album in the thing. Okay, so it's 2 minutes after 10 o'clock, and I hope you have a great day.
You too, kind sir. And
yeah.
to everyone that's listening, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your comments and your time. And see you again tomorrow, same place, same time. And AZ promised that he'll be here.
Okay.